grab yourself some coffee because we have a lot to talk about. Happy Monday, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Jordan. I am so excited for today's video, as I'm sure a lot of you are too. I posted last week on my Instagram story a Q&A box just because I know there are so many questions in regards to bridal hairstyling, the career, how I started, how you can start. Literally, we're just gonna talk about everything today, and I have all of the questions already pulled up and saved on my phone. So I'm just going to dive in because I don't want this to be too lengthy of a video, and I want to give you guys answers to everything that you wanna know. If you don't follow me yet already on Instagram, it's at styled.byjordan. I will leave links down below. I'm also on TikTok, and if you haven't subscribed here on YouTube, I would truly appreciate it. It means so much to me. I'm so excited for these questions. I get DMs often just from everybody wanting to know how they can get started in the industry, and I will admit it's the best industry ever. It's the best job. Literally, we just get to hang out with girls all day and make them feel pretty, and I love it. I've never gotten tired of it. I've done it for probably 6 years for just weddings, which is the best. So it's been a while, but my math could be very well off because I do hair, not math. Let's dive into these questions. First question is, when did you go to beauty school? My high school offered a program where if you go to a trade school called New Market, which they might still have that program, they just don't offer beauty school there anymore. But I was 16, it was my freshman, sophomore, junior. It was my junior year. I took advantage of that program. We went to a college fair and we were told that we have to pick 3 things that we liked, and I liked nothing. So I just picked beauty school and 2 other random things, but beauty school was the only one that kind of sparked my interest. So I looked over like the little pamphlet they gave us and brought it home to my mom, and I was like, I think I should do this. If anything, like even if I don't like it, I have something to fall back on after I graduate high school. So the program was $200, which is insane. It gives you your mannequin, your kit, and then your book, and the full 2-year program, or however long it takes you to complete it. So I signed up for that, had no idea what I was going into. The requirement was that you went to high school part-time and beauty school the other half of the time. So that's exactly what I did. So basically I went to high school in the morning and then beauty school in the evening, just because it gave me more hours at the beauty school. And at the time when I was going to school, the state of Washington, I'm in California now, but the state of Washington required that you have 1,640 hours of training. So that's exactly what I did. It took me about 1.5 years to complete. It's all based on how many hours you can get clocked in per day at school. So I would just go to high school until maybe 10 or 11 and then go to beauty school until they closed at 5. That also gave me just the opportunity to get a head start in a career, something to fall back on, which I ended up graduating before I even graduated high school. So I was working at a salon while all of my colleagues were still in high school taking their classes. So that was pretty cool and exciting. Next question, why did you want to do hair? I kind of already touched base on that earlier, but the program was cheap and I couldn't think of anything else that I wanted to do. I hate school, so I knew going to a normal college program wouldn't have been for me. So I just gave it a go. And then once I got into beauty school, I realized that I actually enjoyed it. But after going into the salon and being a stylist in a salon, I started to not love the full concept of it. I didn't like the idea of a salon. I didn't like coloring. I didn't like cutting, but it was fine. So I just went with it and gave it a go and ended up loving styling a lot more. How did you transition to doing only bridal? That's probably the hardest thing, but don't be overwhelmed by it. I know it's a lot to think about and to consider. This is a lengthy story, but basically I always had a job. I wasn't working at a salon when I fully transitioned to doing just bridal. So I moved to San Diego when I was 18. I managed a salon and worked as a receptionist, did that. And then I would just style on the side just for fun. And that's when I realized that I actually loved doing bridal hair and styling for events. So I just dabbled in it. Anytime I wasn't scheduled to be at the salon as a receptionist, I was doing all of the styling at home or at the girl's house, whoever I was doing hair for. And then eventually one of the girls, she got married and she asked me to do her hair. Of course I said yes. So that was like my first wedding in San Diego. And after that I was like, this is so cool. I had no idea this industry was a thing. I came from a really small town where we have like 2 salons and they're not even like major big salons. So I fell in love with the concept. And after that wedding, I was dead set. I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna find a way to afford it and be able to just style every day for the rest of my life. So that's what I did from there on out. That was back in 2017, I think. And now it's 2022, so that's crazy. Okay, 5 years ago. After that point, I was just on a mission. Every time I did hair for styling, I would just take a picture of it and post it on Instagram or my Facebook. Every time I did hair, I would just post just the styling. I wouldn't advertise any cutting or coloring just because I didn't want to do it. So why advertise something you don't actually want to do? So anyways, I just kept styling on the side. Actually, just to build up more posts and more of my portfolio, I went and joined like neighborhood Facebook groups for where I was living, and I would find girls on Instagram that I just felt like we would like vibe well, and I offered to do their hair for free just to let them be my model. I told them in the messages, I would just like DM them and just be like, hi, my name's Jordan. I'm an aspiring bridal hairstylist and I would love to use your hair just to practice on. And they were always so kind and immediately said yes. Obviously didn't have any money to pay them for their time, so I would just get them like coffee and we'd just hang out, make it fun. Anytime I had extra hair products, I'd just give them to them as a thank you for their time. And I met actually a lot of really great girls and became friends with a ton of girls through that. So yeah, basically I just kept doing hair on the side for free or for super cheap and built up all of my work and my portfolio. And by this time I had moved into a different spa. So I was just receptioning at a spa here in La Mesa, and I would do styling there every once in a while. It was great to just kind of get a little kickstart and get my name out there. And then after that job, I decided, okay, I'm ready to take like more time off of my normal 9 to 5. So I went to a coffee shop that I used to work at as well and quit the spa, worked at the coffee shop, and I told my boss when I went back in, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I'm going to be fully self-employed. I can't tell you when, but that's my goal. So I just want a job that's flexible with me and can give me hours when I need it or can take some away when I don't need it. And I'm very, very grateful to have had that opportunity to have a place where they would be super flexible. So I worked at the coffee shop maybe 2 5-hour shifts a week. So I worked at the coffee shop up until I quit and became fully self-employed, which was so exciting. And if I'm being honest, I quit last year. So I've been fully self-employed for a year. When I did quit, I was still only doing like 1 4-hour shift a week. So I was doing hardly anything. I was just so nervous, which it's totally normal. It's really overwhelming and just a big leap of faith to take, but I'm very excited at where I'm at already. But everyone's always like, wow, you worked up until then, but it's kind of scary just to be like, okay, I quit, and then have to pay yourself and do all of that, but I did it. So leading up until that point, I would just slowly cut back my hours at the coffee shop as the demand for hair grew. And luckily at the coffee shop, I was only there on weekdays. So I would just go on the weekdays, do my shift, and then go home, do clients, and then do weddings on the weekends. So it was a lot of hustling to get to where I wanted to be, but it's all about branding yourself and getting your name out there and being willing to basically just work really hard for a long time, and then it pays off. I know it feels like it's forever away if you're a beginner stylist, but you'll get there, I promise you. It's honestly, looking back, say it sounds like it took a long time, but it really went by really, really quick. So just in 5 years, I slowly cut back those hours, and now I'm fully booked, fully self-employed, and it's amazing. I know that was super lengthy, but my best advice for transitioning is just, as your demand grows, slowly cut back your other job or the other services you're offering. Also, if you don't want to offer cutting and coloring, stop advertising it. Just stick with the clients that you do have and start posting just your styles. And if you don't have any styles to post, do what I did, grab some girls with hair, offer them products or coffee for their time, and just tell them you need a model. And I guarantee you they will love that idea. Next question, bridal stylist must-haves. Oh, such a good question. I personally swear by having a contract. You have to protect yourself, you have to protect your business. Having a really, really good contract is super important. I have mine up for sale on my website that I created. Basically, I started with a super basic one, and eventually I had an attorney review it, and we built off of that and made it into what it is now. I have a template on my website, so you can check that out. I'll link it below too if you need a good starter one. It's pretty advanced, but it covers everything that you need. It's easy. You just simply fill in the blanks and send it to your clients. Second must-have, I would say, it kind of goes along with your contract, but HoneyBook is like my favorite life-saving platform. Cannot get enough of it. I can do everything in HoneyBook. Not only that, but it reminds me when somebody's wedding is. It reminds me if somebody hasn't paid. It tells me when they do pay. So I do all of my contracts, invoicing. You can save all your templates in there. You can do literally everything in HoneyBook. So I swear by that platform. I know it's not like a tangible suggestion for must-haves, but it's amazing and takes the stress out of being an event stylist, and it just makes life so much better. Oh, of course, this one's a no-brainer. My last must-have is just a good kit. You have to play around with products and tools to find out what you like personally as a stylist, but I swear by my kit. It took me a long time, probably like 2 years to get it to right where I need it to be. Or I just kept playing around with products to see what I liked. If I didn't like it, I would just donate a product. So when you're starting out, it is a lot of just buying and trying until you find what works for you. So having a good kit with everything that you need is so essential. Current favorite products. Ooh, obviously, if you follow me on social media, you already know that I love Authentic Beauty Concept. They're just my favorite brand ever. I use everything from them. I even use their shampoo for my own hair, and then all of their styling products are great. They have 2 hairsprays, and both are incredible. The working hairspray is just their normal one, and then there's the strong hold hairspray, which is obviously a stronger hold. Love those. Airy texture spray from them is great. Solid pomade from Authentic Beauty Concept, the best. I use it just to like tame flyaways or just make like areas look sleek. So if you're doing like a sleek shiny bun or like a sleek ponytail, that stuff is the best, but a little bit goes a long way. Design Me, Puff Me Texturizing Powder. I literally always call this stuff fairy dust because it's just the best powder. You buy it's like a little bottle and you just pump it into the hair at the root. It's really good for braiding and fluffing the hair or just adding like nice natural volume without teasing. But if you are going to tease, this product will save your life because it holds the grit so well. Highly recommend. It comes in like a light and a dark bottle. So there's like a hot pink and then a white. So both are incredible. I love it. I swear by it. That's the one product I probably go through the absolute most. And then this one's not really a product, but My favorite curling iron is the Babyliss Pro Nano Titanium. It's the blue one. It's just the best. I swear by it. I buy it every time it goes on sale and just keep like a million upstairs in my kit just for backups. I keep one in my trunk in case one breaks or something happens. You never know. But they're affordable, easy to replace. They last a long time. I love them. I always just use the 1 inch because it's just a good classic size, and you can honestly change up what your curls look like with that one curling iron just based on your technique. Last question, best advice for an aspiring bridal stylist. I get this question a lot, and every time I'm always stumped because I want to give you really, really good advice, but I guess I would say my best advice is to just start. Stop talking about it, just start. Start anywhere, start with what you have. You don't need to go out and buy a ton of stuff. Start with what you have and go off of that. Get some girlfriends to come over and make it a party, get some food, some snacks, and just do everybody's hair, get some pictures, and then start posting on social media to start building your name. My next piece of advice is to network. Follow all of the girls in your area that do hair and makeup, or even wedding planners, anybody in the wedding industry. You want to be your friend. You're going to end up working alongside them anyway, so you might as well introduce yourself. Just tell them who you are and that you're just getting started and you just wanted to say hi or compliment their work. The biggest part of my business is based on all of my colleagues that I work with, all of the makeup artists, all of the wedding planners, photographers. They are truly going to be your biggest supporters. I feel like everyone I work with is my biggest cheerleader and I'm their biggest cheerleader. So find your work friends and just get out there. You can totally do this. It's an amazing industry, and I have faith that you will find exactly where you belong in the bridal hair industry. I am so excited to have this vlog up, kind of explaining everything about how I got to where I am, and I hope that it not only inspires you, but helps you along your journey. If you are looking for education, I always have Bridal Biz 101 available. It's fully digital. That's the exact business roadmap that I used when I started out, because I know starting your bridal hairstyling business is overwhelming. I will leave a link down below in the description. It shows everything that you need to know to get started. And then I also have Style Series that recently launched. I'm so excited for that course. I always told myself I wouldn't teach styling just because I was so focused on the business side of things, but I finally shared all of my styling techniques and most popular hairstyles in that digital course. So I will also put that in the description, as well as a link to all of the products and tools that I mentioned. So anything you need will be down below. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to do another one of these Q&A videos, so if you ever have questions, feel free to comment below or send me a DM, and I will see you guys in the next video.